Welcome to Wealth Intelligence Series, brought to you by DESAL Wealth Academy. In this episode, I will be focusing on the consequences of poverty. There are so many consequences of poverty, but I'm going to focus on a few. The first is low esteem and confidence. Most of the time, we meet people who we think are very humble, who are willing to accept so many embarrassment situations. They are willing to accommodate insult, willing to live even below their age and their status. Believe you me, they are not humble. The challenge oftentimes is because they are in lack, they are in need, or they need something from you. People who constantly seek to get something from you are humble. And for us, that is not humility. And oftentimes that is why it is said that money reveals people. It is only when they enter into wealth that you see their true color and what they believe in. And so when you lack and you're constantly in need or you're beggarly, wanting to get things from people, you will accommodate things you're not supposed to accommodate. In some cases, you can even sell your birthright. In some cases, you sell out your values just because you want to get something. And that tells you that poverty is very cancerous. The next challenge, which is the consequences of poverty, is constant stress. Have you ever been in that situation where you just wake up and realize you're tired? Just from your bed. Not because you walked. The reason oftentimes is because constantly, even while lying down, you're thinking of how to pay your bills. You're counting the amount and the heaps of your bills. You're considering how to pay debt, how to take care of your house rent, the food, the responsibility, and perhaps the family needs that comes with it. And before you realize, you just get tired and fatigued. And that pushes you into a stress mood. When you are constantly stressed, your body releases what is called the stressors. And the stressors are what harms your body system. Oftentimes, that is the beginning of every disease and sickness you see in the human body. That again is the challenge of poverty. And that will lead to health. One of the common things we see today is high blood pressure, kidney issues, liver issues. As much as we can relate to them in terms of food consumption, drugs, alcohol, and the rest of them, one of the key challenges is that when your body is under stress, all your organs begins to malfunction. And so that tells you that the direct consequences of poverty is a health challenge. And therefore, if you're not very careful, this will affect you. Ability to look inward and consider this is what helps you realize how damaging poverty is to you. The next is constant conflict in relationship and marriage. For most people, marriage no longer works. For most people, marriage is not sustainable. And so there have been a lot of counseling sessions. A lot of people have done programs on marriages. But when you dig deep a little bit into the root of the problem, you will realize that needs play a big role when it comes to the conflict in marriages. Reason being that the man constantly is struggling to meet up with the needs of the family. And because of this pressure, most men become cantankerous, become very so stressed up to the point they cannot even enjoy the goodness of the wife, the home, and the family. The wife, on the other end, is not getting what she expects. Basic needs of the family becomes difficult, simply because there is a lack. That is not the choice of the man, but at the same time, that's also not the choice of the woman. The truth is that there is no responsible man that will be comfortable if he's not providing adequately to his family. And the truth is that there's no wife that will be very comfortable if she's not getting what she needs to manage the home properly. So in context, after a period of time, conflict is bound to arise, all because of poverty. And one very unique one is over praying. Prayer is very important in life. Prayer is crucial. Prayer is the communication with your maker constantly to always keep in tune. Is humanity consistently connected to divinity? But when you go to God in prayer, what do you go to God for? Is it to talk to God and seek for your purpose in life? Is it to appreciate God for his mercies and goodness upon your life? Or is it to go and complain? And that is the problem of poverty. When there is constant lack, when constantly you're paying bills and debt, even when you go to God, the focus is not even to thank and recognize him as God. The focus is just to complain, complain, and complain. And that is why, in a very funny situation, if you do an analysis, you realize that areas for which there is so much poverty tend to pray more than areas where there's more wealth. And the reason is because there are basic needs you need to get, for which the next thing you need to do is just to thank God for meeting those needs. But in poverty, you don't meet those needs. So it put pressures on you to pray even when you're supposed to just do simple thanksgiving. So at the end of the day, poverty can cause over prayer. And that is why we're not surprised that third world countries are more religious than even first and second world countries. And this is why you need to pay deep attention to the damage of poverty, both in your life and in your family. I'll stop there in this episode. My name is Victor Prince Dixon, the inventor of common sense, the founder, Skill and Competence Factory, and the lead consultant for DESAL Wealth Academy.